How do you stand out in a crowded marketplace? Well, one way to do that is with a unique brand. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Boss Tip Thursday. Thank you so much for being here. This is something that I struggled with for many years. I've changed websites probably about 4 different times because I kept changing my brand name or business name, whatever you want to call it. So that's what we're talking about today. I'm going to be sharing 6 common mistakes people make when naming their business or brand. I don't want you to go through the same process I went through with buying websites and then purchasing all different sorts of names that I never ended up using. When you're done watching this video, check the description down below because I made a free download to go along with this video. Once you know the mistakes to avoid, you're going to want to start brainstorming names, so that free download will help you do that. It's going to be packed with resources and different links that you can use to help you come up with a unique brand name. So make sure to check that out in the description. And before we jump into the 6 common mistakes, if you're new to me, hello and welcome here. I'm Sandra. I'm so glad you found this channel. Here I make weekly videos to help you be more productive, get work done, and enjoy life too. So if that sounds good to you, I hope that you decide to join our community by hitting that red subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it, and then you'll be the first to know of every new video. The first mistake you should avoid when naming your business is being too vague. The whole purpose of branding your business is to make it stand out, to give it a personality, and to attract your target market. So as you could imagine, it's not easy. It's not an easy job. It's like you're literally creating a fictional, breathing character that has personality traits and characteristics, and this brand is going to represent you, what you're all about, and your business. So it's hard to do. It takes a lot of testing, a lot of hard work, a lot of consistency. And if you make your name vague, if you make it something that not a lot of people recognize, you're making it that much harder on yourself. Now, of course, you can always explain your business mission in a tagline, but if you can do it within the name, all the better. Like YouTube, for example, it's all about you and the tube, which is another name for TV. Or Ulta Beauty, you know exactly what they offer and you know exactly who they're for. So if you do this, if you make your name something that people recognize, if you make your name related to something that you do, you're gonna make it a lot easier for you to be recognized, number one, but also to be found by customers that are the perfect match for you. Because when you say what you do in your name, people who are on these social sites like YouTube and Google and Instagram, Facebook, all of those things, they're going to be searching and they're going to use those keywords that they're searching for. So if I'm searching for a hairstylist, I'm going to use hair when I'm searching on Instagram or Google or whatever. And so if your name is something like Hair by Sandra, the name is in there, so it's gonna show up. Your content is more likely to show up. So there are many benefits of giving a clue to what you do in your business name. I know that it's hard sometimes because it's hard to find unique names that are different and never used before. But if at all possible, try to avoid being vague and give a clue to what you do in your business name. Mistake number 2, short-term thinking. Long ago, there was a place called Boston Chicken. They were popular and known for their rotisserie chicken, so the name was very fitting. But as the years went on, Boston Chicken started to expand. They started to offer other things like turkey and meatloaf and even sandwiches. So the name wasn't so fitting anymore. They were expanding and growing and changing, so they decided to change their name to Boston Market. Boston Market encompassed everything they were about, all these new items they were selling on their menu. So the moral of the story, why I'm sharing this, is because this happens all the time. People box themselves in with a business name, and you never know what's going to happen in the future. You never know if your interests change or if trends change. things change from one day to another nowadays, so you have to keep this in mind. Don't rely on fads and trends and what's popular right now, or even something that you're really interested in right now. Don't use that as a basis to name your business. Try to give yourself some wiggle room so that your business name can grow and expand as you grow and expand. And I know that this can be a little contradictory to other tips that I may say in this video. For example, the one that I just named about not being too vague and being specific about what you do. If you're into beauty and you name your company Hair by Sandra, as I said earlier, but then you want to expand to makeup, you can't do that. I mean, you can, but people aren't going to know that you do makeup if your business name is Hair by Sandra. So maybe I could name it Beauty by Sandra because it encompasses everything. So it's all about a balance and knowing what you want from your business, knowing if you're ever going to want to expand in the future. It's just a lot of things to keep in mind, and I'm just trying to give you all the details that I have, all the potential mistakes, so that you can weigh them all in together to make your final decision. Mistake number 3 is using overused words. Slowly things are shifting. Before, information equaled currency. If you had information, if you had knowledge to give to people, you had a business, a thriving business. But slowly things are changing because of the internet and all these digital devices freely available. Information is freely available. You can get any sort of information on any topic with a click of a button now. So information is slowly losing its value, and what's taking its place is attention. Now, attention has always been important because you need people's attention to share the information. But now that everyone has the information, what you need is a lot more attention than other people. And you can tell that this shift is starting to happen because things that used to work don't work anymore. And that's what's happening with business names. They don't work anymore. Those overused words, they don't have the same impact. So try to stay away from using overused words. Cliche words like passion and purpose, motivation, inspiration, all of those sorts of fluffy words have been done, they've been said before, and people will keep scrolling past you like a played out song because people are tired of hearing that. Or they may not be tired, but subconsciously they know they've heard it before, so they skip right past it. So if you want people to pay attention to what you want to say, to pay attention to the message you want to deliver, the impact you want to have with your business, then you need attention. You need a name that's unique. You need a name that stands out. And you need something that's different, that hasn't been done before. And I know that it's hard to do because, I mean, there's a lot of things that have been done before, but try your best. And if you do decide to use a word that is overused, try to pair it with something different, something that's never been done before. I'm making this off the top of my head, so please don't judge me, but I just want to give you examples. So say I wanted to start a business where I just motivated people, let's say, to start setting goals. So my whole business is about motivating people to set goals and reach their goals. Instead of naming my business something like Motivation Academy, I could name it something like Motivation Blue. It's never been done before. Motivation and blue have never been put together, so it's something different. I know that doesn't make any sense. I would never name a business that, but I just want you to get my point, you know? Try to pair it with something different. Try to make it unique. The 4th mistake people make is that their business name is not user friendly. Take everything that I just said in the last tip and the tips before that and sprinkle all of it with a grain of salt. It's cool to throw in double meanings and special spellings of words into your name to try to make it unique, but too much originality becomes a problem when people can't even pronounce your name, when they can't spell it, or when they can't remember it at awe when they need your services. Never ever sacrifice clarity for trying to sound cool or different with your business name. When in doubt, keep things simple, because straight and forward always wins over everything. As I said, I'm sorry, I know that these tips kind of contradict themselves, but it's all about a balance. People need to be able to remember how to spell your name, how to pronounce your name, the punctuation of your name. They need to know all of these things so they can find you when they need you. And another thing, when people want to refer you to their friends, it'll be a lot easier for them to do so if your name is something simple, if the punctuation and spelling isn't too complicated. And as you know, word of mouth marketing is one of the most powerful marketing strategies there is. So make it easy for people to find you and to recommend you by keeping your name simple, straightforward when it comes to spelling and all those sorts of things. Mistake number 5 is not available. It's 2018. You are expected to have online real estate, meaning a website, email, your social media sites, all of that. You're expected to have that, and I expect this to be even more true moving into the future. So thinking futuristically, you need to make sure that your business name is available. You need to make sure that all your social media platforms, email addresses, all that is available before you even commit to a business name. It's a good idea to have all these things match across the web, to have your business name, your website, Instagram, Facebook, all the usernames match, because it's just good for branding and it's good for people to know how to find you anywhere. People have different preferences when it comes to social media sites. So that's why it's a good idea. And in the description down below, I'll leave a link to a website called checkusernames.com. You can go to this website and then enter in your business name that you're interested in, and it'll check across all social media platforms, all domains and websites to see what's available for you. In the end, you may end up having to add like an underscore here or there to make all your usernames match, but I think it's worth giving it a try, using this website to check to see if your name is even available. Mistake number 6 that people make, and this is a big one, is that their name has a double meaning. There are a lot of horror stories out there about businesses who chose a name that they thought was unique, they thought was original and clever, but in reality, to other people, it was insensitive, it was cruel, it was malicious. And this recently happened to ConvertKit. It's the email software that I use to send out emails to my list, which you should be a part of. Link in the description. But this company decided to change their name to Seva because it meant selfless service. It meant everything that they represented. But not even a week later, I got an email from ConvertKit saying that never mind, deal's off, they're keeping their original company name, ConvertKit. And the reason why they decided to do that was because they were receiving a lot of complaints about people who thought that their decision to change their name to Seva was inconsiderate. In other religions, the word Seva is an extremely sacred word that shouldn't be played with. They didn't appreciate ConvertKit using the word Seva to name an email software business. They really didn't appreciate that, so they went back to ConvertKit. So you may not want to build a company the size of ConvertKit, but I think it's important to do your research now. Before you commit to a name, before you start building a brand, start doing your research now. It's better to be in the know now more rather than later. So take the time to research on Google and see if the company name you're thinking of doesn't have a double meaning in a different culture, in a different country, or a different language. All right, and that concludes this list of 6 mistakes to avoid when naming your brand or business. I really hope that they do help you out. Don't forget to download that PDF in the description down below. for some ideas on how to come up with business name ideas. If you found value in this video, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button, and also hit that share button down below. Send this video over to a friend who may need it, and let's continue the conversation in the comments below. Drop down your business name idea down below, or if you already have an established business, drop that name down below as well. I'd love to read all y'all's names, all y'all's ideas, and give you my thoughts and feedback. And then if you have any stories to share, any mistakes to avoid, drop that down in the comments as well. I truly appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone else will as well. And that's all for me today. I thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you next time.